yeah, they're super excited to for this fight in the States.
Yeah, man, it's exciting. Like bro, seriously, like when I saw like there was some stuff on social media going on, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I'm like, hey, Leduc, we had the podcast like not too long ago. We had a podcast, and there was no anything about you going to the United States to defend this title, and now look at what happened. Here we are. So you never know what the future's gonna hold, bro.
Yeah, it changed fast. Now it happens so fast. Like we're looking for a place to be able to defend the title, and boom, my team found Wyoming, USA. I love it. They allowed everything traditional KO to win, headbutts, no gloves. So it's fucking on.
Dude, like I wanted to ask you too, like how did this all come about? Like I gotta know.
Yeah, well, that's the fun part, like the interesting part, because I'm signed with the WLC in Myanmar, and they had plans actually to go fight in to hold an event in the USA, and that was the whole talk, because they and then boom, the whole COVID thing happened. So now I was legally excused of my obligation because of travel restrictions. They can't give me a fight. They can't fly my opponents into Asia. So they're like, do your thing while we wait this whole pandemic to stop. In my opinion, it's already over, but whatever.
So where are you staying at right now?
In Canada. So I'm came back to buy a property, and then got stuck here. So I'm training with my Sifu for this fight camp. We have exactly 30 days from today.
Yeah, that's right. That exactly right. November 7th, man. Yeah, because I have friends in Canada too, so they were like complaining that they can't get to the United States and everything like that. Are you? There's going to be no issue, obviously, for you to get here. Is there different protocol that you have to take to get here, or is it still the same protocol as everybody else?
The only thing we have to do is on the way back we have to do a 14 days quarantine. But I'm a loner anyway, so I'm going to stay home anyway, so it doesn't bother me.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that, bro. Dude, yeah, it's super exciting. We saw on social media, you posted signing the contract, and obviously Cyrus Washington, we saw him signing the contract on social media, and there was a buzz going on, people were like curious and like, what the hell's going on here, So obviously me too. So when you hit me up and you were like, hey, I got something coming up, and it's going down in Wyoming, man, I was like, dude, let's do it, man. Let's break the news.
If you have to break the news, it has to do with you guys. You guys are, you're the best team online. Like, no, hands up. Like, and the Cyrus actually was campaigning since our last fight in 2017. He's been like breaking my balls, always, talking on Twitter, and he's like, oh, I want a rematch. I wasn't at my best at that fight. And he said he studied me, and he said he knows how to beat me. I mean, hats off to the guy. He has over 120 fights. I have
He's a killer.
Yeah, exactly. I have like 30, I think. So he has way more experience than me. But I take a lot of pride in being able to like adapt, adapt or die. So I was able to adapt in a shorter amount of time. And he's been campaigning it. And the reason why this fight makes sense and actually is very important for my legacy is that Cyrus is the only other guy to have stopped Tuntunmin, the Leduc legend, and I have to knock him out. I have to stop him in a decisive manner, to show who's the strongest non-Burmese fighter, right? Because in 2017, to be honest, I was just on my 4th time defending the belt. I was still a new champion, and he was coming up. He had actually I think more fights than me in Leduc when he challenged me. So we fought in Myanmar, was sold out, was a massive thing, and Myanmar people knew Cyrus because he was fighting a couple of years before that. He was fighting a lot. He was well known in Myanmar. So when we fought, it was like, okay, who's gonna win this? And then we didn't finish on a knock. We finished on both our feet. But he was running, man. He was avoiding engagement because early in the round I cut him up in the forehead. So he was, I think, avoiding engagement in the clinch and everything, because that's what I like to do. So and then he's like, oh, I wasn't at my best, and I was like, so now he said he's stronger than ever. He said he's trained hard. I'm like, okay, let's do it, because now I won't let it slide with a fucking draw, because if people don't know, like traditional rules in Leduc, it's KO to win, and there's no scoring system. So if you don't knock him out, it's a draw. And I mean, Myanmar people, they love it. They like a fight. But for me, when I know I dominated a fight, it sucks to see a draw. You know, it's like, fuck, I was untouched. So, man, now I want to finish this story. Like I want to finish this. I want to shut him up. It's over, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was obviously when we broke this news, there was a lot of excitement. There still is a lot of excitement. People are still hitting me up, and not a lot of people are educated on Letway. Like, hey, what's Letway? And I've been explaining to them. I'm like, dude, this is the most brutal combat sport in the world, and it's been around. Correct me if I'm wrong. Over 1,000 years now, right?
Yeah, older than that, actually.
Yeah, older than that. And I was telling people, I'm like, bare knuckle, knees, elbows, headbutts, knockout to win. That's the only way it's going down. That's it. So, and to have it in the United States, it's just like, it's history, man. Well, we've seen them, but to have you here in the United States defending the open weight title, the traditional title, this has never been done before.
Yeah, it's very special. Yeah, in the States, I've been waiting for this, man. I've been waiting to compete here. Some people are going to be able to come live, and others are going to be able to watch it on pay-per-view, and that's massive. This is the first Letway pay-per-view in the history of the sport. Like we think about a 2,000-year-old sport, and now WLC signed on UFC Fight Pass. Yeah. But this fight is not with the WLC, so it's another provider. And think about it, like 2,000 years old. There's old drawings and pagodas in Myanmar of like people headbutting each other, and now fast forward 2020, fucking pay-per-view. Like it's pretty exciting to see it unfold.
It is exciting, man. And I was actually talking to Shelby at Sparta. We were talking, and one of the questions a fan had on one of the threads was, is this going to be a full capacity live event? And the answer is yes. So how is that all going down? Do you have any details? How many people are going to be there? Is it socially distanced? Like what's the deal?
I have no idea about this. Okay. I'm focusing on because the majority of my fans, are around the world in Europe, and they obviously can't come. So, but I know they told me that there's going to be a crowd. There's going to be people. So people that are close to Wyoming are able to come. And those that are not able to make it, maybe for restrictions, or they can watch it in the comfort of their home.
That's dope, man. I had people like hit me up on the DMs, like, bro, like flooding my DMs, and they're like, hey, we're in Wyoming. I'll drive out there. I'm in Colorado. I'll drive out there. I'm like, yo, people want to see this live, man.
And the cool part, it's the first time, Joe, it's going to be in a cage, man. I didn't know about that until a couple of days ago.
Oh, no ring.
Yeah, it's going to be in a cage. Yeah. And I've looked up at, I have a cage in my gym in Canada here. So it's very interesting how it unfolds in a clinch. You can't, one of my fights in 2017, I fought a heavyweight kickboxer, and I'm 80 kilograms. I'm 175 pounds, and he was like close to 200 pounds. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be fun. So I start jabbing him, I start punching him, and he's like running away. And when I come in the clinch, he bends over in the ropes, right? So I'm like, fuck, man, stop avoiding conflict. And with the cage, you can't do that. You can't like turn around because the cage is stopping you. So it's going to be a whole different fight. It's going to be how you say, promote closeness.
It is. And I think like when people see this live or on pay-per-view, it's going to bring a whole new dynamic to the sport. The Letway fight happening in the cage. Man, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, bro. So like, exactly. it's going to be really exciting. So, another thing I want to talk about is how to watch the event. Obviously, I have it scrolling on the bottom of the screen now. They could visit www.spartasc.com. They could also use our code MMA1.
MMA1, that's the code.
So basically, are there any other ways that they could watch this? Or is it just they have to go directly to the website?
After this, so they have to go on spartase.com/pay-per-view, or they just follow, and then they use the code MMA1, and it's pre-ordered, so it's locked in. And then on the day of the event, they can just come right away on the page, and it's waiting for them. So I actually tried it out the other day because Sparta had an event with the main event was the Letway fight, so I wanted to see how it's gonna be, how easy it's gonna be. So I actually bought it myself for the last fight. It's flawless. I bought it like a week in advance, and then boom, the day of I watched it with my wife here in Canada. was pretty cool. And it was not even announced yet that I was going to be fighting there, but I knew already.
Yeah.
And I was like itching to just tell my social media, okay, guys, like it's going to happen. But I think some people knew that it was in unfolding, because I kept talking about Sparta, I kept talking about them. So some guys are like detectives and they know. And but yeah,
of course, bro.
What do you say?
I said, of course, man. Everybody's a super sleuth on social media, bro. Like, people always figuring shit out, man.
It's insane, yeah. And but yeah, the crazy part here, like I wanted to tell you, is that since I'm under exclusive contract with WLC in Myanmar, it was unforeseen. Like, I don't know how to verbalize it, but I was not able to because I have two titles. I have the WLC cruiserweight title, which is under modern rule set in Lithuania, which if it doesn't end in a knockout, there's going to be a decision. It's like tournament rule set. And it's very fun because in tournaments you have to have a winner, but I was not able to defend my traditional title, which I won in 2016. And this is a specific rule set, like we spoke. There's no KO to win, and there's no fucking around. So now, because of because of the COVID thing, if it didn't happen, I would not be able to this fight would not happen. So I'm kind of happy this thing, because I've been wanting to finish with Cyrus for a long time. I've been pissed at my performance, actually, because I wrote that on my last post. I said he's been trying to get the rematch ever since we fought, but I've been pissed at my performance ever since we fought. I've been honestly fucking sour about this. I've been talking with my coach. I've been like, okay, yes, I dominated. Yes, I did some good things. I did my my elbows, my big knees in a clinch and everything. But fuck, Joe, I've been and I think that's important as a fighter. You have to be critical of yourself. I was not cutting the ring. I was not controlling the ring. He was able to run away and and instead of cutting, I was following him like a zombie. I mean, it was fun to watch, but the next one is going to be even more fun to watch. Trust me.
Oh, I believe it, man. And I want to ask you too, just getting back to, because I'm curious, for my own self. I know, I'm going to be there live, man. But just because I could tell family and friends, if I use my computer to go onto SpartaSC.com and order it, how does that translate over to my TV? Do I have to download an app, or is it already affiliated with an app?
Good point. I only tried with my computer so far, and somebody else tried it with their phones. It was very easy. Okay. My suggestion, and I think it's HDMI. I think you can, just plug your computer to your TV.
Okay.
It will take the screen of your phone, of your computer onto the TV. But yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Or honestly, do it like Netflix in bed with your computer. It's the
exactly right. Like The Rock does, man. He has his Terramana and he's got the TV on, and then he's got his friggin' tablet. And he's watching a game and a fight, So
yeah.
So
my wife said it's funny. It's like, oh yeah, tell your army, your Leduc army, that they can watch it, and then you're gonna tuck them to bed. Like, you're just gonna knock him out and tuck them to bed. And then when you're done, you close the computer, and that's it.
And that's it. Night time, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but Joe, I really respect Cyrus because he's been like a trailblazer, to be honest, into the Litway world. And before going to Litway, I actually looked at the fights. I think he fought in 2011. He was he did this massive massive entry into the Litway. He knocked out Tuntum with a spinning kick. So when I fought him, I was brutal. If nobody saw that spinning kick, I have to give him props for this. I think if you're a martial artist, you can go to that trash talk thing, but if you don't give respect, there's a reason why this fight is happening. It's not. There's a reason, because the guy is he has that knockout power. I was aware of that kick, and if you look at the fight, it's on YouTube. Leduc against Washington, the first fight. He did hit me with a spinning kick, but with the end of the foot, I took it. I'm like, okay, that's it. And I was very aware of that threat, and I'm going to be aware of that threat again. But again, if he thinks that I'm only going to think about this, and he's going to, I'm going to go to the stomach instead, because that's the trick. You go to the face and you go to the stomach. I'm ready for any attack from any side. I'm training extremely hard, so bring it on.
Fuck yeah, man. This is dope. I'm so excited for this because, again, it's going to be in the United States.
Yeah.
There's going to be so many people that are going to see this that have not seen Letway before. And obviously you're going to get that transition from your people from around the world, internationally. So it's nice to combine the two. But I'm really curious to see how this all transitions in. You got a big following as it is. You've been on Joe Rogan. Rogan's a huge fan, You've been on the best podcast in the world, Mma Uncensored. Yeah. And I always appreciate you on. But it's going to be dope, man. And I'm excited to see how this all unfolds. But I have fan questions too for you. Right. So the fans are.
Forget Joe. Just to let you know about you talk about Joe Rogan. I don't know if I can break it up to as a news, but because it's not official yet. But fuck it. I heard through the branches, through the grapevines, that Robin Black is going to be the color commentator at the event.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm gonna confirm with him, but I think it's solid. And from what I heard too, he's probably gonna go on Joe Rogan just before the fight. And Joe is a Taekwondo background, like Cyrus. So I know he likes me. I know he likes Cyrus as well. I'm curious to see who he has for this fight, who he thinks is gonna win. But I think he knows. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see this. If they obviously they're going to talk about the fight on the podcast, and because Robin, I think he's been like 3 or 4 times on the podcast. So yeah, he loves that way, man. He loves that way. He was in Myanmar for my last fight. Yeah. Anyway, let's do the fan questions.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And just say it like bare knuckles gotten very big here in the United States and it's growing rapidly. Yeah. I really could see Letway right there too, So when people see this, man, this is gonna be fucking fire, bro.
A lot of guys that fought bare knuckle are messaging me and they're like, "Oh man, like I want to take it to the next level with some headbutts and everything." I said, "Yeah, man." And I watched the BKFC fights. It's fucking amazing, and yeah, I think it's great. It's a great together, absolutely.
Yeah, you got fans out in Tampa too, man. Like Smith Brothers Gym out in Tampa. Yep. They're huge fans, man. They actually want to have you over there, man. They want to do like a whole Letway division.
Yeah, he looks. We spoke quickly. He looks like a great guy, the owner, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's what's up, man.
I want to go see you guys in Miami. We never met in person yet.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I was thinking, after the podcast, we'll talk. Maybe get an exclusive. Maybe we could do some training. Get you into one of these gyms, and we could do some real cool work together.
Look, the first come through, you're gonna come in the fight, so we're gonna see you at the fight.
100, brother. So let's do these fan questions, man. How does it feel to finally fight Letway in the United States?
Man, it's the coolest thing. I did a world tour. I did actually, American tour, and everywhere we went in the States, we did. I don't know how many states we did a lot, and everywhere people were like, "Oh, this shit, that's fucking amazing." I don't want to brag, but the seminar was. It's pretty well run, but people love it, and yeah, I've been saying, one day we're going to legalize it, and boom, Wyoming does it. I think BKFC happened in Wyoming, right? Before?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, as a matter of fact, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe Wyoming was the first state that they were able to sanction it.
That's what I heard too. So it doesn't come to a surprise that they're the one that they're going to make, and I respect the bold move because that's boring is fucking like normal is boring. So like why not just we have one life to live, so make it fun. And guys are training hard, they're professional, and they legalize it. So but yeah, as for fighting here, I'm from Canada. America was like my fun place to go all my life. Been to Vegas, been to Cali, Florida. Fighting in the States is a big milestone for me, and people are, when I fight in Myanmar, people had to fucking find pirate links to find my fights and to make it, it was very hard. Now they can watch it very easily. So the future is golden.
Dude, the future is golden, man. It's going to be fucking epic, bro. I'm like, dude, when you told me this news, man, I was like, what? Finally, man, I get to see it live. I'm blessed and thankful, man. Like, this is history right here, man.
You're gonna be a cage shot actually, and you'll get some blood splash on you.
Oh shit! I better get the splatter shield, bro.
Bro, you know what we could do actually? We should be in the cage to give the championship belt.
Dude, If you friggin' make that happen, bro, that'd be awesome, bro.
We'll talk for sure. Or you can be with you and Bass or you and Kung Lee can give it. So we'll talk.
Is Kung Lee going?
Yeah. He told me that he's looking at his stuff. Depending on his shooting, he's on.
Dude, Kung Lee's the man, bro. We spoke about a month ago, man. He's a class act, cool fucking guy, man. Oh, great, man. I look forward to meeting him too. That's gonna be sick.
We did the last Bellator broadcast with Robin Black actually, and we spoke. And we actually when we trained, I went to San Jose last year and we trained, and he loved headbutts and Letway, and we trained him on the pad. So yeah, we really clicked.
That's awesome, man, dude. This is gonna be epic, bro. So another fan question. There's two more that I picked. I actually like to hand pick a few. What's the you've headbutted, a lot of stuff. We've seen banana trees, we've seen watermelons. What was the hardest thing you've ever headbutted that wasn't another human being?
It was the coconut. Yeah, that was in a couple years ago. Yeah, watermelon is a breeze compared to the coconut. I put it on the tree. I wanted to see, when you really hit it on the right part of the skull. People think, you hit with the forehead or the top of the head. No, it's really when the cranium starts to curve.
Yeah,
curves. That's the hardest part. Like the shoe horse of our hair.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the hard part. And I wanted to test it to the next level and put the coconut on the tree, headbutted it, and it folded. It broke. Fucking God.
Bro, you're a sick fuck.
But the fun part is people, it was at Tiger Muay Thai at the time, and people were surrounded all around it, and they were like, "What the fuck is he doing?" But then they started talking to me, and they were asking questions, and they were quite surprised that I was able to hold a conversation, because people think, "Yo, you're a Leduc fighter, you're a headbutt, you must be a bit on the dumb side, you or whatever, you or have some trauma." I take a lot of pride in being able to, be not break the stereotype, basically.
Yeah, definitely not, bro. You articulate with the best of them, man. So
and I'm French, so I'm bilingual, so fuck them.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So headbutt away, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the obvious question everybody wants to know: what's your prediction for the fight? How's it going to end? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I'm going to say that I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I'm very hard on myself. I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I'm going to do the same thing that I did very well, though. Put pressure when it counts. The magic happens inside of the clinch. That's where you can do the elbows, the headbutts, and everything. So I have a good game plan for him. I know he's training hard in Houston right now. He's in Texas.
Okay.
So he has a good team in Texas. Good. I want him at his best. I want him strong. And from what I heard from his team, since it's open weight, he's going to be a bit heavier than me. I don't care. That's what's fun. I hate when fighters. I guess it's the promotion as well, but I hate when fighters are pussying out because there's a few pounds. Or sometimes I heard guys pulling out of fights because of a pound or 2 pounds. That's for me. That's a pussy move. You don't want to fight. And in a street fight in a bar, me and you, Joe, were in a bar. You think somebody comes to touch at our wives, our girlfriends. You think we're gonna wait. We're gonna I can't fight you. We're gonna weigh ourselves. Let me warm up. No, fuck. It's right now. Let's fucking go right now, you motherfucker. So it's right. And for me, if you feel strong as at 185 pounds, you're let's go. I'm 175. Let's do it. And once you feel the power of my elbow, it's way heavier than 175. It's close to 200 pounds of weight. So
I believe that.
And don't take my word. Take my good friend Bass. He said it. So I just need to land one. I just need to land one on the right spot on the temple. I don't want to say too much because I want to let the fans. You can talk all you want, but it's the day of the fight. So go get your pay-per-view. Let's get
the pay-per-view.
Let's make this history, and it is history. It's the first Letway title fight on U.S. soil, and I know there's gonna be a lot in the future. And I didn't tell you, Joe, actually. Last week there was a judges training in Poland, in Warsaw, and because for Letway there's going to be a Letway championship for amateur in Warsaw next year. So like, the organization, like everybody's getting organized right now. The future generation are getting like amateur sanctioned fights, world championship, and that's the first step. When we're gonna have like all these championship organized in amateur, well, there's actually a national team in the States right now. There's a national team in Canada. Every national Letway team are going to compete in Poland. So
wow,
it's the beginning of a massive era of Letway. For me, I'm at war against Muay Thai because they stole the Letway martial art back in the days, and they basically benefited. And that's my rant here, Joe, is that they benefited from the Myanmar being sanctioned from the world governments around the world, and then they were able to export their traditional martial art all around the world. So it's a fucking coincidence. It's pure luck that we have Muay Thai gyms around the world, and it should have been Letway gyms. You know what I mean? If Myanmar, was not like in the shadow of the world, well, people would have been, well, why would I train Muay Thai? Why would I not train Letway instead? Like it's more permissive, more effective. There's more tools, and so like we would see Letway gyms everywhere in Florida and Tampa and so it's just a matter of time, and that's my life mission right now. So it starts with this fight.
Yeah, man. I mean, and this is a really like holding the torch moment for you, coming to the United States with the belt, defending the title, first time ever. This is like, people are going to see this for a very long time moving forward. This is history, and it's going to open up so many doors. So yeah. It's so exciting, bro.
That we're going to see another fight of this with the WLC in the years to come. So, but this fight is special because it's traditional rules and it's in a cage. My next fights in the States will not be in a cage, will not be like that. It's going to be a bit different. So I'm like, as a fighter, I'm excited, and as a fight fan, like I can't wait to go fight there. You know what I mean? Like,
bro,
I've never been to Wyoming too. It looks fucking cool. It looks like fresh air. So
yeah,
fresh air and headbutts.
Dude, talking about fans, I'm obviously a fan. So coming from me as a fan, question for you. So open weight championship, traditional Letway rules. You're out in Wyoming after the fight. Everything goes your way. Somebody issues a challenge.
You mean live right there?
Yeah.
I could fight right the same night.
That's the thing. Like, those are the rules.
Yeah, it is the rules. Yeah. According to Letway rules, you accept all challenges, but we have to set it up with the promoter. I would accept it right now. I accept all those challenges. It's just that the sometimes people don't have the pedigree to back up this challenge. Like, it's like, yeah, I want to be the Queen of England, but have no royal blood. Like, well, you can't be in royalty. So yeah, you can challenge me, like, but I can't fight 500,000 people. They all want the piece of the status. They want a piece of the income that comes with it. They want a piece of everything. So that's the tricky part, Like, but as Dave, I accept all challenges. It's up to the promotion to say, okay, this one makes sense financially. Right. This one makes sense. Okay, you have the pedigree to challenge Dave, because any peasant can challenge me. Does he mean that
the king, bro? The peasants, they can't mess with the king.
Yeah, but I you know what I mean. So
yeah, it'd be like a buff fight, knocking out bums left and right. Yeah, I know. I totally get what you're saying, and it makes sense, financially, and just makes sense in general. But it's just cool to know that that's a rule of traditional Letway.
Absolutely, yeah, it is. I would get blackmailed, and I would get actually just in Myanmar, I would get like thrown rocks in a way, like, you can't destroy their honor by saying no, you don't want to fight. Like, what's the reason? You're afraid? Like, no, I would never say that. And I never refuse any challenge. And when a promoter tells me, okay, you want, yes, let's go. Anybody, anytime. And and this one with Cyrus is it's like a grudge match, and it's very deep in my heart. I've been very pissed at me, Joe, for the past 3 years. We fought in 2017. I will jump on this opportunity to redeem myself and to this will not go 5 rounds. I'm telling you, it will not. We have actually an option in the contract. I'm telling you, as a scoop, an option in the contract for Leduc Extreme. Leduc Extreme is what? And I have goosebumps thinking about it. It's only happened, I think, once or twice in modern days. Actually, Cyrus fought the last one. It was against Tutu. He fought Leduc Extreme. It was 7 rounds it was 5 rounds plus 2 5-minute rounds of Leduc action. And I asked for that in Japan. When I fought in Japan, I asked for that in Myanmar, and they said, "Oh no, it's just it doesn't make sense with the broadcasting and stuff like that. They have to be a certain time." Well, I said, Wyoming, look, let's put that in the contract. If it ends in a draw, we have the possibility of 2 extra rounds to make sure that it doesn't end in a draw. So that's fucking. So we have to be ready for
Damn, bro.
It's longer than it's 15 plus 10. Yeah, it's 25. So it's a full championship fight.
Wow, amazing. Wow, nice. That's a nice little gift right there in the contract for this fight. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So that's why I want all the people to make sure that it's worth my time. If we do end up fighting 7 rounds, I want the bruises and the everything to be worth the shot. So I want to make sure, Joe, that all your MMA Uncensored fans, they get the pay-per-view, because I wanted to make it worth my while.
Absolutely. So to the fans of MMA Uncensored, you gotta see this. I mean, you're an MMA fan. If you're a fight fan, combat sport fan, this is it, man. This is like some shit you have never seen before. And if you have seen it, you already know the deal. So you got to visit SpartaSE.com, use code MMA1, order that pay-per-view. It's only $25. So that's even better. That's way less than a bar tab. Enjoy the fight. Enjoy the fight. I'm going to be there live. So I'm going to be able to come back with all the crazy news, all the goods, So this is, I'm as amped as I could be for any fight that I've seen yet, man.
Have you ever watched Leduc fight like live? Not yet.
Mm-hmm. I have never been to a live Leduc fight. That's why I'm so excited for this, bro.
Okay. Well,
and it's a Dave Leduc fight. I mean, come on, really? It's like
I'm ready, man. Like here in Canada, the cold is coming, so we're training, we're running inside, we're doing all these things. So I'm gonna be ready.
Hell yeah, man. Bring it on, bro. You got that Canadian blood, man. Bring it down to the United States, bro. I can't wait to see this fight, man. I'm excited, brother.
All right, thanks for having me on the podcast, Joe, and we'll talk more. We have 30 days, so we'll do a last little catch up before the fight and before I see you in Wyoming.
Sounds like a plan, brother. Thank you. Peace. Well, there you have it, folks. Dave Leduc, King Leduc. Unbelievable. This is going to be history. The first time ever open Leduc championship on the line in the United States. This is over 1,000-year-old combat sport. It's unbelievable. Dave Leduc, we've seen him on Joe Rogan. We've seen his amazing fights. If you haven't seen it, now you got to go Google it. You got to go on YouTube and check out his fights. But for the first time ever in the United States, history is being made. You're about to see a combat sport that is the most brutal in the world. It's amazing. So much fun. And follow my boy. Follow him, King Leduc, on IG. He's got a big following, a lot of fans, very interactive dude. And as you can see, a great guy. So definitely follow my boy. And also, I just want to always, I got to give a shout out. Special thank you to last week's guest, Nico Price. He was on the podcast. Great guy, talking about his draw against Donald Cerrone and the crazy reaction that he had. He explains why he reacted the way he did. And you got to follow us, ladies and gents. Hit us up on YouTube. Subscribe. We're doing interviews. We're doing exclusives. We're really getting ourselves out there. We're hustling. Chris, the CEO and president of MMA Uncensored, is just killing it, constantly putting content out. We call him the king of content. So hit us up, YouTube/MMA Uncensored. And speaking of IG, follow us at MMA Uncensored _. We are getting very closer to that 500,000 mark. So thank you guys so much for your support. Could not appreciate it anymore. Until next week, we'll see you. Got some surprises coming up. Take care.